Hey guys, this is Ash at Audio 46. So today's review is going to be fun and exciting because I'm going to compare this brand new Sennheiser Momentum 3 headphone with Sony WH-1000XM3 headphone. So let's find out which one will be the winner for me. Alright, let's start. Sennheiser Momentum 3 wireless comes with the headphones, aux cable, USB-C to USB-C charging cable, USB-C to USB-A adapter, carrying case, manual, and warranty. Sony WH-XM3 comes with the headphones, USB-C charging cable, airplane adapter, carrying case, aux cable, and manual warranty. To be honest, I think both of these offer you equal amount of noise cancellation, and both of these were very sound isolating. Only thing is that Momentum 3's ear pads are slightly thicker, so it naturally aided the sound isolation, but in terms of the degree, it's pretty much the same. Both have ANC and ambient mode, and Sennheiser offers you 3 different levels. I did notice the bass on Sony became a little bit more pronounced when the ANC mode was off. So buttons versus touchpads. I'm generally not a fan of touchpad ear cups, and Sony's touchpads are a little sensitive, so I go with the Sennheiser Momentum 3 on this part. And both offer you standard functionality from the ear cups, including play, pause, skip tracks, volume control, and call answering, ending, and many other things. Okay, so here's the catch though. Momentum 3 allows you to put the collar on hold and mute your voice. How amazing is that? Like if you have the mean sneeze coming up during your really important work call, you know what to do. Or if you can't help but to curse, that works too. Also, this could be my favorite function, but it has a smart pause where you take off your headphones, the music will pause. With the smart pause, you'd be right back to where you left off. Also, when you take off your headphones, people wouldn't notice what you're listening to. So Sony wins on this category of battery life because it offers you 30 hours while the Momentum Wireless 3 only has 17. But the call clarity on Momentum 3 was superior with cleaner sound and better mic. And Momentum 3 in general does get louder than Sony when it comes to listening to music too. Okay, so let's talk about the fit first. To simplify, Sony 1000XM3 is definitely lighter, and the ear pads and the headband is thinner and softer. So, if you guys get easily suffocated by headphones, then I think this would be a better fit. On the other hand, Sennheiser Momentum 3 gives you that really secure fit, and it also gives you that instant gratification and sound isolation. The ear pads are thicker than Sony, but it's still soft and plushy. And again, this is a little bit heavier than the 1000XM3, but it's still on the lighter side. So I think I like the fit of Sennheiser Momentum 3 better because I would rather close that extra space around my head rather than to leave it open and kind of have it feel like the headphones kind of like floating around my head. Low-key gives me anxiety. So, another thing is that this is tight but not too tight and like suffocating, like I said. So if you guys are planning on using these headphones to work out, I think this would be great. Okay, so now the design. I personally don't prefer headphones that scream its identity by the design itself, and I think in terms of that, I would go with the design of Sony 1000XM3 because I think you can just wear this with any attire or like to any place, right? And it's very generic, but I think at the same time this is very simple and sophisticated. Maybe you could wear it with like formal attire too. What do you guys think, right? And this one, by all means, I like the design itself, but I think this rigid structure and like the metal rods kind of falls into the category of like screaming its identity. So maybe like, I don't think I could wear this with formal attire, but maybe that could be personal preference. But the important thing here is if you look at the craftsmanship, which I consider very important when it comes to looking at headphones, and I'm sure a lot of you guys too do too. For example, like the seam or the connector parts and the material used, Momentum 3 definitely feels like it's gonna last longer, and just by holding it and wearing it, it feels more durable. So in general, no, in conclusion, I would say this one is the winner. So both of these headphones had great low end, but to be honest, I feel like Sennheiser Momentum 3 had that extra power and boost, and a great sub-bass response which gave me that extra oomph. So for example, when you listen to hip-hop, you literally feel your cheeks vibrating. Or if you don't have fat on your cheeks, maybe you'll feel it in your bones. I don't know. I have fat cheeks, so I don't know, but I'm sure you're gonna feel it. And another thing is that both of these have great details, but what I noticed is that the details on Sony 1000XM3 is pretty textured and has a lighter feel to it. Meanwhile, the Momentum Wireless 3, the details are very smooth and fluid with a great characteristic. So for example, especially when I listen to cello solos, it just sounded magical. Alrighty, so in terms of the detail, fullness, and clarity of the mid-range, both headphones were about equally good. But I think what made Momentum 3 stick out to me more was the detail and clarity in the vocals. Like the vocals sounded so realistic with textured timbre. So for example, when I listen to tracks with a lot of like heavy instrumentation added on with vocals, the sound of vocals didn't sound like it was suffocating and being pressed down. And another thing is the sound of acoustic instruments on Momentum 3 were so crystal clear, and it was just like amazing. So as a result, in conclusion, I think Momentum 3 definitely had more of an expansive and wholesome and well-rounded sound. It basically gave me that one curly fry and a bunch of regular fries, which is good. Okay, so this is the part that I struggle the most deciding which one's better, because I feel like the highs on both headphones really offered similar amount of great extensions. So what I noticed especially is that the sound of percussions offered me this great crisp and snap to it without ever sounding too bright or sharp at any times, which is amazing. And another thing is that the classical music sounded especially good on both of these, but if I have to decide one, I think I would go with Momentum 3 again, because the sound of instruments were so realistic and clean. I don't know, it was just so amazing. So with that being said, if I want to recommend you guys any songs, I would definitely recommend Chopin's Etude Op. 10 No. 4. I think that's the right number, because the sound of the piano is so clear and detailed, it will just blow your mind. Okay, so this is the part where I didn't struggle much to pick out the winner, because if you want more of an intimate soundstage, I would go with the Sony 1000XM3. But Sennheiser Momentum 3 has such spacious and multi-dimensional soundstage, and it had depth, width, height, just everything. On top of that, the placement of the instruments were a little bit more precise, which overall gave me more of a holographic experience. So if you want to feel like you're sitting or floating on the front row in like a concert hall, and I say floating because it has such space and air, I would definitely go with Sennheiser Momentum 3. My final thoughts. Okay, so who's the winner? I feel like it was a tough call because both do excel in terms of sound functionality and like the ANC mode and sound isolation and stuff. But if you want that really good secure fit, that extra oomph in the sound, best resolution, and just extra oomph in your life, then I would definitely think that you could spend extra $50 on these and go with the Sennheiser Momentum 3. It could be the best $50 you'll ever spend. Unless you spend it on food, then I won't stop you. But yeah, so personally for me, here's the winner. Alright guys, that was it for today. I hope you guys have fun watching my review and I'll see you guys soon. Bye!